going to unbag Wing Leader, the second edition update kit to Wing Leader Victories 1940 to 1942, put out by GMT Games. This is taking Wing Leader to the second edition. I did a video not too long back about upgrade or update kits. This is one of them. Let's get in the bag and see what we get here. Now, when we're talking about update kits, a lot of times they're bringing the edition or the first edition into a second edition and changing the rules a little bit, updating some of the components, and that's exactly what we have here. We have a rule book. This is second edition 2.2. Now, there's been some expansions to Wing Leader, which I might actually get to this week. You know, just like last week was Fleet Week, this week is Wing Week. For some reason, I'm getting hungry. And so this rule book is 2.2. Some of the expansions took it to Rule 2.0, and then I think you can now have 2.2 now. You get a full-color GMT Rulebook. It is 47 pages. There's an index in the back here. It's dual column. This rule book is set up with the kind of the rules in the center, and then out to the side are notes and examples talking about play. So it's not as complicated or as lengthy as it looks. The core mechanics of this game are relatively straightforward. There's just a lot of add-ons to this. Here's the advanced Wing Leader here that starts at page 32. So there's, and those scenarios are set up in such a way that you can just keep adding some rules and adding some rules and adding some rules. So it is kind of a learner game in that respect, that you can kind of add on to it as you go. But that's the rule book. I'm not sure of all the changes. I think there are some, I think there's some other videos out there, maybe even some on the website for the designer. There's a guide to show you what the changes are. I don't think the changes have been massive over time. There have been a lot of tweaking that has happened to the rules. I think maybe like to the bombing rules and stuff like that. But so you get a new rule book to play the game. You get this bag of your playing cards, which are your information cards. And I think they redid, my understanding is I think they redid all the ones that are in here. Some of the expansions updated some of the cards, and you'll see a expansion update in the corner here. Like, as you can see here, this is version 2.0 on these, and here's version 2.2. So you can tell right here, this one is updated from an expansion, and this one is updated from the original, I would believe. So you get all new airplane cards, and with some new tweaks to it. And again, I don't think the tweaks are major. I think that it's just been a matter of the designer, honing the aircraft and dealing with their relative capabilities and doing that over time. So let's open up this bag and see what we have in here. So I believe, again, I think you get all new airplane counters, and there might be a few other counters in here that deal with some of the markers and stuff like that might be based on the rules. I think that, again, I think bombing was changed a little bit. So I believe that there might be some bombing counters in there. So here's your new counters, and some of the targets, or the here's some of your ground targets there that I think are changed. And so not a lot of new markers, but then here's the new cards for the aircraft. So you get several of those in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you get 6 new counter sheets, or, you know, it's on counter stock, but these are mostly airplane cards that come in there. Then you're going to get some, here's the Wing Leader Victories update kit. This shows you how to, use the update kit, what you put in, what you pull out. It's one page. pretty good stock there. You get a new sequence of play here. So this is a player aid card that you know, has your bombing table and altitude modifier, flak table, and your sequence of play. And then on this one, you get this is your air combat table with modifiers, losses, cohesion, escort, tally, and the like. And it looks like you get 2 of those for each player. So that's nice to have. You get a battle display. I think this is new. I don't believe this is in the original, where if you get one of the, they don't have hexes, but one of these areas gets too cluttered with counters, you can pull out and mark it here what's in that hex, or what's in that space, I should say. You get a new map board now in the second edition of this that came out. The box edition, it's mounted, but here they just give you a new paper map. And I think really the only change to this is this chart here. There's kind of a turn track. You can barely see it, but there's a little bit of a turn track that they put in here on this. Otherwise, I believe it's relatively the same kind of map. And as you can see here, it's done in squares because the planes are done from a side view. This is somewhat of a unique way of dealing with aerial combat. It's all side view. And so you're mainly looking at from the altitude perspective and a side view of the combat. And then combat occurs, or engagements occur, when the planes are entering the same area. Then you also get a new scenario book, and I believe there might have been some new scenarios added here. But so the scenario book itself is, let's see how many pages we have here. They don't have, oh, here's the chart on what happened. Let's get to that in a second, but don't see the page numbers on here. But it's a pretty well-involved scenario book. You get 30 scenarios. So there's a scenario page, and it shows you, you know, what the order of battle is. In this case, the British, this case, the Germans, what setup is, what victory conditions are, and a little bit of background. So if you're used to the, you know, squad level or tactical level games on the ground, this is very similar setup. You have the scenario setup with how you set it up and what the victory conditions are. So here is a chart here in the back of this that talks about what changed in second edition. So basically this is it. So this page here will tell you what changed from first edition, the first edition box game, to the second edition box game. And again, this is the upgrade kit to that. So that is what you get in a box of Wing Leader second edition update kit. Hopefully this was helpful. You know, I've got a video on update kits on whether you like them or not. This one, you know, I had the base or the original first edition, and I didn't feel like going out and buying the second edition, although I would like to have the mounted map. I kind of like mounted maps. But this one right here looked like they had made enough changes that I thought I might as well just get the upgrade kit. And plus the completionist in me compelled me to do that. So hopefully this was helpful. What's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on the upgrade kit? What's your thoughts on this system? Love to see a dialogue started there. If you like, please like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Hit the bell, because that will tell you when more stuff's coming out. But most importantly, thanks for watching.